This month's Extreme Challenge Mode boss, Enterprise, is very similar to last month's boss, Helena. Here's how the fight works. 18 seconds after the battle starts, she spawns 5 red and blue weights and evades all attacks for 8 seconds. 15 seconds after the weights spawn, they despawn, and Enterprise gains damage resistance based on the balance of the weights, meaning how many are left. The larger the imbalance, the more damage resistance she gains. The easiest way to beat Enterprise is to not attack the weights at all, instead of trying to sink them all or trying to keep a balance of them. The fleet I found to be most effective is a carrier-based fleet. Sure, you can use a battleship and AP-focused fleet and brute force the fight with auto search, but that takes way too long. The other reasons to use a carrier-based fleet is that you can bank airstrikes, and more importantly, the Vanguard does low damage and has low range, meaning it's harder to accidentally kill one of the weights. And this is the fleet that I ended up using. This is my standard loadout for Shinano, and I prefer using the Elite Aviation Maintenance Manju over the Steam Catapults. It's up to personal preference, however. For Implaceable, it's always better to have a dive bomber as her second slot instead of an AP fighter. For this, I recommend the Sky Raider if you don't have enough Tenrais. For Hakuryu, I recommend using 2 dive bombers, cause they deal slightly better damage than torpedo bombers against medium enemies. Kashino's main gun does no damage either way, but I do recommend giving her a decent anti-air gun. And of course we have her for aviation materials. This is my standard Kazaguma loadout, and I recommend using the British Gearlab torpedoes because they fire in a straight line. And Sirius is just here for carrier buff as well. I always forget to mention Meowficers, but they don't have much impact, so you know, just aviation and carrier boosting Meowficers. Normally I would say just go whatever submarines you want, but for this battle I actually recommend not using submarines, because they almost killed some of the weights and made this run way more difficult than it needed to be. So it's probably best to not use them in this battle. It's not like they deal much damage either way. But anyways, I don't have much more else to explain about the battle. We just have to wait for all of the weights to despawn, and then fire all of our airstrikes at Enterprise. The Elite Aviation Maintenance Manju did mess up my timing once later on in this run, and it almost killed one of the weights. Yet again, it's up to your personal preference if you want to use them or not. Just remember to bank your airstrikes, even if you have to wait till the next time. You just don't want to cause any imbalances and have her gain damage resistance. Not much else to say. Swapping to the carrier-based fleet made a night and day difference. I went from 7 minutes and 53 seconds to 5 minutes and 20 seconds of clear time. I have to say, I enjoyed this fight. It was very fun and pretty simple. For other ships I recommend, basically just any aircraft carrier that has 2 fighter slots. The Ironblood fighters that fire AP rockets are your best bet against Enterprise. And for Vanguard ships, I recommend any ship that has air raid assistance, or any ships that buff your carrier's damage or aviation, like Sirius. If you need any help or have any questions, I'll be glad to respond in the comments. And thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. This is going to be Enzo from Look Into Gaming, signing out.